The new Spriggan event on the PTR is absolutely insane, and I think there's a good reason that you may actually want to farm it, and that might not seem worth it at first glance, so I'll tell you why. So I'll jump in this PTR and I'll show you how you start the event, and I'll show you the rewards that I got when we did it. But with this new event that's on the PTR, you're going to be familiar with it, right? There's a world boss, and basically you're looking for an icon. Now, I've seen it spawn in Ebonscale, I've seen it spawn in Brightwood, and I have now seen it spawn in Morningdale over here. And I'm going to run over there and show you how you actually trigger it, and we'll talk about the rewards in a minute. It is recommended 20 players, and I do actually think you might actually require 20 players. It hits hard. It packs a punch for sure. Now, when you get here, there's something you're going to want to do. There are these fire, I don't know what they call them, braziers. I'm not really sure how you pronounce that, even though I've seen that word a billion times. And you can see it requires 1 flame core and 10 ironwood. Now, I think you probably only have to do 1 of these, but it might be that you actually need to do all of them to trigger it. I wasn't here when the group that I did it with did it, if that makes sense. So I'm not sure if you need all of them. But yeah, the basic gist is that you actually create these, and there are 3 braziers. Either you need to create all 3, or you can probably just do 1 and do it. I can't test that out because I can't kill these mobs, right? And as I said, when I did it on the live version, well, not the live version, when I did it with the people who were actually playing, I couldn't actually test that out because they'd already started before I got there. So I'm not 100% sure. You might need all 3, you might not. It is what it is. Either way, when it starts, you're going to want those braziers because they give you a massive damage boost. Before we jump into it though, just keep in mind that there are minor spoilers because I'm going to show you the boss fight, and it's actually quite interesting. So if that's a problem, skip ahead. So the boss is absolutely insane. It does a lot of damage, and it's quite easy to get 1 shot, right? Or at least 2-shotted. It has a couple of different abilities that I am going to talk about here. Basically, there's one where it jumps up and it smashes down on the floor. There's a couple of like AoEs that get put on the floor. And then there's another one where it has like a very, very long arm that sort of goes, it appears to go in some sort of like semicircle, right? And it knocks you about, but it does a lot of damage as well. Now on the PTR, we're obviously using our non-proper gear. It's all gear that we just got from effectively creating the character. But still, I think you're probably going to require all 20 people with this. I don't think there's a shortcut. Even if you all have the buff, it still feels like it's quite dangerous and quite difficult to do. That being said, it's effectively like any other world boss. The key thing here is what are the actual rewards. So it looks like you get the purple chest 3 times a day. So you're going to want to do this a minimum of 3 times a day. And then the green chest looks like you will get that every single time. Now, if I went on New World Database, actually it's not yet been updated. So there are new rewards that are going into this purple chest that aren't on there. And the way that I know that is when I opened it, sure, I just got all the basic stuff, but somebody in the chat, somebody on the PTR, basically got some legendaries. And the legendaries were very, very nice indeed. Now, if we have a quick look at all of the gear, you will see one common trend. It's all Angry Earth. So I didn't really get much, but just to show you clearly here on the one that I currently have, I did get an Angry Earth set of boots here. And even on my shield, it has an Angry Earth ward. There were weapons that people were linking that had Angry Earth Bane on them. It's all Angry Earth. Now that makes sense, right? The event is an Angry Earth, it's a big Spriggan and all that kind of good stuff. But why is that important? Because you might be there thinking, I don't really need an Angry Earth set. For you, it might not be that important. But if you're wanting some very good Angry Earth stuff, then that legendary stuff looks very good. Getting 3 really good perks with Angry Earth, it's not super easy, right? There are some things you can find, like the Harbinger set and stuff like that, but still not overly superly common. So why is New World doing an event where you get Angry Earth? Well, that's the big question. Let's talk about the big angry worm. Now, the big angry worm has 2 possibilities when it comes to ward gear. Well, let's say 3, but 2 real possibilities. The one possibility that I wasn't going to mention is the fact that it could simply be no ward whatsoever. Maybe they remove ward. I think that's unlikely, but it's a possibility, I guess, right? And then the 2 actual ward types that it's more likely to use are Beast Ward and Angry Earth Ward. I believe the worm is technically Angry Earth in the lore, but then everybody will say, oh, the developers said it's Beast, right? And I tried to look through the developer updates and stuff like that. I can't find where they say Beast. Maybe they did, maybe it's just something that I didn't spot. Either way, it's either going to be Beast or Angry Earth, the 2 likely suspects, right? Does this event sort of suggest it's going to be Angry Earth? To me, I think so. But if you're somebody who maybe will want to do the raid, then there's no harm right now getting an Angry Earth set by doing this. Now, I do question whether or not people will actually do this event. If it requires all 3 flame cores, then that's going to be a bit of a problem. Flame cores are a little bit hard to get, right? They're not super easy to get. I'll do a video about them in the future, I think. But they're not super easy to get. I don't think people are necessarily going to want to throw them away for this event. Everybody's going to be hoping that somebody else does it. Now in the PTR notes, they actually said that you can craft flame cores. I don't necessarily know if that's true. I think what they mean there is if you use your flame cores to craft at the Empyrean Forge, then it was going to get you season XP. I don't think you can craft flame cores. But either way, people aren't necessarily going to want to spend theirs. And what that means is this event may not be super popular. But if you're somebody who wants really good Angry Earth set in preparation maybe for the worm, which I'm definitely in that camp, I was actually farming some Angry Earth set on stream the other day. Well, I'm going to be farming this. I'm going to be doing this at least 3 times a day, making sure I get my purple chests at least. The green ones probably has a good chance of getting decent stuff as well, but I don't think I'm going to farm it more than 3 times. I'll just do my 3 times every day while it's up, providing that there's actually people killing it. It sort of feels a little bit difficult, right? So I'm not sure people are going to very easily and willingly want to do this, but we'll see when it actually goes live. So that's the encounter. This is a new world event, and the reason you're going to want to farm it, if you want Angry Earth stuff, there's a possibility that that's going to be for the worm. It could still be beast, and if it's beast, I am personally going to absolutely rage. Maybe not rage, but I'm going to be very, very angry. Not Angry Earth, just livid. I cannot be bothered with getting another ward set. Like, no. Just no. I was done with the human set. A beast one would absolutely blow my mind. Please do not do it, AGS. And if you are thinking about it, change your minds. If you want to support me and help me grow the channel going forward, then becoming a YouTube member is truly the best way. Otherwise, come and follow me over on Twitch. I'm probably going to go live tonight, Saturday and Sunday. Don't miss out on the sheer enjoyment that I'm sure that will occur. And me licking an ice cream. You'll find out on Twitch. Have a most beautiful day. Like and subscribe. Goodbye.